Hey guys, Barry here, and welcome back to the IGS podcast show. And today is quite special. Here we have Mike with his mic. We have Mike Pettry. He is a leading composer, orchestrator for games, film, television, theatre, whose work goes over to millions of people, 115 countries plus around the world. Mike, what's the crack?
The crack is great, man.
Yeah.
Glad to be here. Yeah, thanks for having me on.
I guess, we've been talking about, getting you on for the show for a while, and it's kind of cool that we get you
Mhm.
now. Now is like the perfect time because lately we
Totally.
had Epic Dumpster Bear 2
Mhm.
coming out, on PS4 this week, and next week we have Steam. So,
Mhm.
let's talk about, how did you get involved with the first game, Epic Dumpster Bear, with Log Games?
Uh, so the developer, Ron from Log Games reached out to me. I had a bunch of music posted on a site called indiegamemusic.com, which is just like a marketplace for composers or for devs to find composers. And he just liked a lot of my stuff there and just wrote to me about, writing some like licensing some of my other tracks and to write some new music. And it was just a really good fit from the start.
Yeah.
So yeah, I worked on that game. What was it, like I guess 4 years now, 26, 15, 16, something like
16,
that.
wow.
Yeah. um, but yeah, and so like several months ago, just reached out like, hey, I'm making another one. Are you in? I'm like, yeah.
Well, thanks for
So
telling me
and
about it. I only messing. Well, not sounding bad. Like it was kind of obvious it was going to happen eventually.
sure,
Of
yeah.
course. But yeah. So tell us a bit about yourself. Like you are in New York. And yeah, how's life going for you now? With the world being in pandemic form.
It's yeah, it's kind of we're figuring out what happens next, honestly. So it's like yeah, I mean, because I work in theater a lot. I'm like a pit musician and a sub, and I was, set to be assistant conductor on a off-Broadway show too, and it got, postponed, not canceled, but postponed
Yeah,
for
of
who knows
course.
how
Yeah,
long.
yeah.
But, yeah, like, all of theater is shut down, like, a whole industry, like so it's affecting me and a lot of my friends and my girlfriend who's, like, a Broadway dresser. So it's, yeah, and so we have a proposed back to work date of like early September, but we kind of think that's not really realistic
Yeah.
for big crowds to start congregating again safely or comfortably. So we're just kind of waiting to see what happens. But yeah, it's a different city than it was 6 months ago.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Are you guys in phase one or something?
Oh, I'm not sure what the phases are.
Yeah, yeah. No, but from what I heard, you guys are back in phase one, which I'm going to myself. Why? Because like New York was heavily affected.
Mm, yeah.
Like it was massive.
Oh,
Was it big as in the
absolutely.
states?
Yeah, that's my understanding.
Yeah, like
Yeah. So I mean,
explain that,
oh, I see.
please. That
I
logic.
wish I had answers for you about that. I mean, I feel like, the response here I mean, in New York, I feel like New Yorkers in general seem to take it more seriously than the rest of the country. So, that's been heartening, except for every now and then, photos emerging from, Hell's Kitchen or Central Park where people are out on the street just kinda hanging out without masks.
Yeah,
But, I
yeah.
mean, in general, I feel like I do from fellow New Yorkers I see on social media or just out on the street, most people are wearing masks. Most people are social distancing. So taking it seriously. The leadership in the U.S. maybe has not been the most leaderful. So
Really? You think? Okay, I'm not going to get political, with this crap now.
right, but yeah. So yeah, we're figuring it out
Yeah, of course.
slowly,
Yeah. So,
surely.
of course, let's get back to you. Tell us how you got into, playing music. Media and that. There, like, where did it all start for
Mhm.
you?
Well, I mean, honestly, I feel like when I was little, I didn't listen to a whole lot of like records really until I was, in early teens. But I played video games from an early age, and that was really kind of what started opening my ears up to listening to music more. So I would say I got drawn to musical theater around like 10 or 11, and wanting to that made me want to like play piano and learn how to write songs. But really, like video game music is sort of what really kind of first sparked the interest for me. And it wasn't until I was sort of like later in my 20s and I realized that like when I was a kid, I kind of thought that like, oh, video games are made in Japan,
I
so
know, yeah.
that's not really an option for me to learn how to do that. That seems like there's magic out there they're made. I don't know.
Mm,
So like, it wasn't until I got older and saw people making them that I was like, oh, this is kind of a possibility that I can actually like, put myself out there as being interested in writing video game music and learning to do that kind of stuff.
yeah. So, yeah, what games did you play growing up?
So I was born in '81. So there was an Atari in the house when I was a kid, but the first like system I grew to it was like the NES. So
Yeah.
of course, Mario Brothers. Although these great. Uh, yeah, I watched your interview with David Wise and Grant Kirkhope this
Yeah.
morning, and it's so
Nice.
cool to hear David Wise talking about the what he called the channels, the Hootie channel, the
Yeah.
Owl Hoot channel. Um, but yeah, that's so cool. Like even now to look back and see how much they did with so little.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, and I feel like it was the Final Fantasy games really kind of also opened up my mind to the possibility of game music, especially Final Fantasy 4 and 6 on
hmm
SNES were really huge for me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, so I guess, like I said in the podcast with Grant and David, like the first game I ever played was Donkey Kong Country.
Mm,
And like the music in that game was absolutely incredible. What
totally.
Dave was doing, what's what you said, with so little
Hmm.
technology.
Yeah. I remember too, because I had a subscription to Nintendo Power that they sent everybody a VHS tape that was like a preview of Donkey Kong Country and how it was made.
Wow.
I remember that was so cool to get a tape in the mail.
Do you still have it?
And it was, oh no, I don't think so.
I say that is
Um,
so rare. You
yeah, I
get
bet.
rare, rare. Sorry, rare.
Right,
Sorry.
exactly.
Yeah,
But
so yeah,
yeah.
what game? Okay, was it one game? Was it any one show that got you into making music? 4 games
I have
even.
a very embarrassing answer,
Go
which is
on.
kind of time. So there's this musical called Cats. And yeah, I'm very embarrassed by this, but I was 10. Listen, I was
Yeah, yeah.
10,
I know. Here, no,
and
look here. Like whatever you're into, I respect that.
I
Thanks, guys,
appreciate
for
that.
watching the show. I'm only messing.
But yeah, I saw Cats when I was 10, and I was like, I can't believe they're dancing Cats on stage. This is crazy.
Yeah.
And then one comes out, the run some tugger comes and dances with someone in the audience, breaking the fourth wall. That was amazing to me as a 10-year-old.
Wow.
But that unfortunately kind of sparked my love of musical theater. And I mean, made me want to like learn how to write songs, but also learn how to play piano. I briefly kind of wanted to act,
Yeah, yeah.
and then I got better at music a lot faster than at acting. So
Mhm.
I kind of transitioned to like playing in pits,
Yeah.
uh, and I think it was a better fit for me. Anyway.
Yeah, because there is an actual image of you doing the Light Princess on stage.
Oh yes. Wait, I'm doing it on stage.
Wait, is
Where is
that
it?
wait? Are you on stage? Sorry, are you? Is that you, or is it just like you making music for that show?
I I wrote the music for The Light Princess, which is not the same one that Tori Amos wrote. It's
Okay.
like a different musical.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, so I wrote music and lyrics for The Light Princess. And I think the first public performance was 2013 or 14.
14. It says here. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool though.
Yeah.
I guess as a performer myself, I'd love to
Mhm.
do West End and Broadway. New York, give it a go. Here,
Yeah.
look. If you need like an Irish guy, get me over.
Right. Totally. Totally.
Yeah.
What's your range?
Of course, I'm a bass. I can. Well, I guess I'm probably best overall. Maybe a barit. I'm a bass baritone. I can hit tenor notes, but I
Mm.
feel like not in a cocky way. I've improved big time. The past few years
Mhm.
with tenor notes. But
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah. So I guess maybe like Sinatra's range, perhaps.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Like with me singing jazz music myself, like so.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah. But yeah. So okay. At the end of the show, we're going to get you to do a surprise. We're not going to say what it is yet. I can't wait to see it happen. Yeah, so yeah, okay, tell me this, right? Tell me the difference between doing music for Epic Dumpster Bear 1 and then, against 2. Like
Well,
was there like a different path you taken? Like did he give you kind of what levels, kind of the feel of the game, kind of what way, it worked?
yeah, I mean, I guess maybe I'll talk about the similarities first
Mm.
in the process because for both games, I feel like I just kind of did the approach of asking for like as much info as I like as art assets and animation as I could just to like really get a sense of the game.
Okay.
I think for the first game, it took a couple passes to figure out what the sound was. Because actually, my first pass at a few things was more actually kind of close to Donkey Kong Country, and in the Mario
Yeah.
world. Because I was like, oh, it's kind of like light and fun and goofy and quirky, and so there's a lot of xylophone and silly stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't think this is quite right. And then I tried. We were looking for like what is the humor of the game, and it occurred to me that like the best option was probably to just to play it straight, that
Yeah.
it's sort of like a the joke of it is that it's like very serious and it's very like sort of macho. So that's why I just leaned into like sort of like the hard rock stuff from the get-go. Um
Yeah,
and
it's literally from the get-go, from the title screen.
yeah, yeah.
No, but like the music is great. I love it to this day.
Cool. Thank you. But and I think for the second game, it was just like we decided to take it further in that direction to make it like more rock heavy because there are some departures in the first game, depending on like the level and the setting,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's to like always sort of ground it in guitar based music for the second game.
Mm.
Even with like because each most of the main levels have like a night version or a remix version that's like a little darker, a little slower. So, but they're all sort of yeah, taken from that same
Yeah.
vein, except for the one that sounds very much like Super Metroid.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's talk a bit more about your theater, background.
Mhm.
I feel that you're a fan of Avenue Q.
Yeah. I kind of haven't thought about it in a while,
Yeah, no, but I mean the
but
fact
yeah.
that like I guess the comedy and like the way you're in, like your music, perhaps like the kind of maybe the kind of style. I don't know. I say you be into that kind of thing, Avenue Q.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm a
it's
fan.
no. Like, I've seen it before in Dublin, and it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like I haven't laughed at a show that much. I don't think.
Oh, good. It's a really fun show. I
Yeah,
just haven't like thought about it for a while because I think it yeah, it recently because it was on Broadway, and then I think it was the first show to, like, transfer back to off-Broadway from Broadway.
yeah.
I remember I sat in the pit of the off-Broadway one just to, like, shadow the Keys 2 book to maybe play it, and I never did.
Oh, you should
But,
have played it.
if it could get revived, who knows?
Yeah,
But yeah, I like that show a lot. I think it's, and Bobby has gone on to do great things in, film and theater, since, so
yeah,
it was cool to, like I recently watched this documentary, I forgot the name of it, but it's the one where it, follows 4 Broadway-bound shows in 2003, which also includes, like, Wicked, um, Taboo, the George Michael is that George Michael? Yeah.
not sure
No,
actually.
Boy George.
Boy George. Oh yeah, big difference.
That's
Yeah,
it.
Boy George
Oops.
Michael. Yeah,
Yeah, George Michael. Um and Caroline or Change, and it follows kind of the 4 trajectories of this show as they're, like, all preparing to open, and it's so funny to see, like, Bobby just so young and sort of, like, bright-eyed and, like, "Oh, I can't believe I have a show on Broadway," and now he's like an EGOT winner,
yeah,
70 years later.
yeah. But I like. Well, tell me the difference. Is there much of a difference? Work. I mean, the way you work with Broadway compared to like a smaller production, like just say of like 300 people. Or would you kind of
Uh,
go with it the same way?
I mean, it kinda feels very similar, like, the thing I first noticed when I started working in theater in New York was how similar it felt to, like, doing community theater when I grew up in West Virginia. Just, like, all the pieces are the same. It was just, like, everyone was more experienced and all the things were all the the equipment was better.
Of course, yeah, you hope.
But yeah, but I feel like just sitting in a pit and like following a conductor just always feels like very similar.
Yeah,
So that's I feel like I was pretty well prepared to start doing that in New York.
yeah. Yeah, so like obviously you said NYC, and then all I can think of is NYC and Annie.
Which is a great musical. That was another one I was a fan of when I was I should have said that instead of Cats.
Well,
As
actually,
being
yeah, yeah. I think it's more passable.
honestly, like, every now and then I'll just remember songs from Annie, and I'm like, "This is a banger."
No, but it actually
Forget
has great
forget
tunes in
how
it.
good the song is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would be your favorite song in Annie?
I mean, NYC is pretty hard to beat, but I don't know, Maybe is really just a perfect little gem of a song.
Yeah.
It's just so sweet and so sad, and I think, like, it's one of those songs where I was like, "Okay," when I was a kid, but when
Mm.
I listened to it as an adult, it's heartbreaking,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Actually, yeah, I should send you a link. Well, obviously a hidden private link of the production we done of Annie there not too long
Oh,
ago. No, I guess I'd love to see you, get your overall take on maybe the way the music is done, performance of everyone, including myself. Just see what
totally.
you think. Like, how different is it from maybe something that you might see,
Sure.
a smaller theater group.
Yeah. Who did you play?
Actually, I had three roles in the show.
Okay.
uh, let's see, what did I have? I'm trying to think, what did I? So okay, so I was the first half of the show. I was the laundryman.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so when we take
Who
Annie away.
abets, Annie's escape,
Yeah,
right?
basically, yeah.
Okay.
So that like no, that scene was kind of cool. I guess going out on stage is like, oh, you're like you're nervous, but it's like it's that one scene.
Mm.
Then after that, I'm fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, what did I do? Second half, I done. So the start of second half, we done the radio show. So
Oh,
I
okay.
was the puppet.
Okay.
And it was pretty funny doing the puppet. And wacky, whatever.
Oh,
And
right, right, right.
yeah, yeah. And then I done the board of governors scene.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, yeah, sorry, no, I'm thinking of bloody Jekyll and Hyde. Sorry, the president scene. Where we're all kind of
Oh, yeah, sure,
talking.
that's
Yeah,
you
yeah,
are.
great scene it is. Like I seen
Yeah.
it before, and it was like of different production. I just thought it was just okay, but like the flow of it has to
Mhm.
go really well. You know.
Sure, sure.
But no, I think the way we done it was, it was really well done. That scene in
Awesome.
particular, the president scene.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so actually, there's a musical that was on Broadway, but it flopped big time. Was called The Pirate Queen.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I
S-
don't know it too well. I think like, I also play for auditions every now and then. I play piano for voice lessons, so
Yeah,
I feel like that's the only way I've sort of come in contact with it.
yeah,
But, yeah, I didn't see it,
yeah.
unfortunately.
So that's
Although I have
that's
I'm sorry, go ahead.
from Schoenberg. The guy who doing Les Mis.
Mm. Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, but what it's funny is because the original choreographer is from where I am here in Dundalk in
Oh,
Ireland.
cool.
Yeah, so like I'm actually friends with her, which is she actually done the choreography for our production of The Pirate Queen, and it's only ever been
Oh,
done
that's
twice in Ireland.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
What was that like to work with her?
Oh no, like
Was it, like,
I knew
work
her
on the original?
beforehand, but I mean, I know, but I mean, she's like I couldn't believe how calm she was, like as a dance teacher and that, like, but like she
Mm.
was like so lovely, and like she done like an incredible job. Like she got whatever like professional Irish dancers.
Mhm.
So yeah, so our music director is one of the music directors previously from Riverdance.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so like he done that for years. So of course we have that contact as well. And then we actually had professional Riverdance kind of dancers in the show as well, performing like they do stage anyway. But like you could tell, I guess you could see the difference. But I mean, like we done a good enough job with people who don't do Riverdance as such,
Oh, cool.
you know. But no, that was a great experience. Just I guess vocally it was different because a lot of the notes is just kind of like even for Sail to the Stars, It's like a
Mhm.
sail to the stars, na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Kind of, it was up and down the whole time. You
Yeah.
know, high range anyway. But no, Les Mis would be my favorite show of all time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sweet. Yeah, I just kinda know the hits from Les Mis, and I didn't really see the whole thing until I've never seen it on stage actually, but I've seen the movie, which,
yeah.
um, I feel like
Movie's
was
good. I
much
like.
better than I expected it to be, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, but, yeah, I think I personally was always more drawn to, like, those sort of, nerdy Sondheimy
yeah.
things. So my Sweeney Todd's probably my favorite show.
Oh, we done Sweeney. Oh, you know what? I'll send you our version of Sweeney Todd.
Oh, sweet, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, an amazing show. Like we actually had a slide for when it got killed. You know, got cut, and then they
Oh,
went down the hole. It was a slide. Well, obviously you couldn't see
yeah.
it going down, but it was really cool though how it was done.
Oh, that's cool.
But no, the music in that is tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's a lot of kinda some crunchy ones in there.
Mm,
Crunchy, like, ensemble part writing too.
yeah,
Or in college doing some selected things from it, and just yeah, I remember, like, the B section of the opening number was just so, like, crunchy and so hard to find those notes. The Sweeney, Sweeney.
Sweeney, Sweeney,
Yeah.
Sweeney. Yeah, yeah. It was tough though, and then like even getting the timing right. You know, for like even the end number. It was like, what was it, 12 beats until,
Oh, Street.
yeah, street, literally, yeah, 12 beats until street, you know. And like, if someone went in, it's gone. You could
Yeah, that
tell.
was always the game of, like, who's gonna fuck it up this time?
Yeah, pretty much. Who's going to fuck it up? Obviously, it happened in practice, but I mean, you know, thankfully,
Right.
it didn't happen.
Yeah, I guess you probably just have to, like, build it into, like, learning as you go, "Fleet, 2, 3, 4, 3,"
5, 6,
and just
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And then
everybody
street.
counts the
Yeah.
12, yeah.
But,
What
but it's such a good show, though. A lot of fun to do.
yeah, totally.
Yeah. So then, are
I
you a
find
fan of
yeah.
Jekyll and Hyde?
I don't know Jekyll and Hyde very well.
This is the moment.
Oh, I know that song.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I graduated from high school in, like, '99, so I remember that was,
Congratulations.
like thank you. It's been downhill since then, but, I just remember that was, like, a song that, like, a lot of choirs were doing at that time.
Yeah.
I remember playing that at graduation and all that. Um, I did actually see it on Broadway, though, in the '90s, 'cause, yeah, our high school choir, like, took a trip to New York, and that was one of the 4 shows we saw.
Yeah. And I
But,
guess
yeah, it was
what
I
was
do
your
like
overall
that
take on it?
facade song. Uh, Honestly, I was 16, so I think I was bored,
Yeah, yeah.
but I
I get
was
that completely.
bored
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
yeah. I think yeah, I should give it another shot, though.
Yeah.
Um,
Facade is great.
'Cause
Yeah.
yeah.
But see, the thing is, it's like we were meant to do it in April. Uh,
Yeah,
Jekyll, and like, you know, just got postponed. And well, the word is November. But
yeah,
personally, I don't think it's going to happen.
sure.
You know, like I feel maybe a couple of years.
Yeah, yeah.
And like this year was the 10th reunion, 10th year. We done it last time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
But yeah, so what is it? They had me as the Bishop of
Yeah,
Basingstoke.
maybe there are ways that you guys could like
I don't know. I don't know.
oh, I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
No, I was the Bishop of Basingstoke in the show. Like,
Oh,
yeah. So, I guess I kind of had like a fun death. You know, at the end of the first half. Spoiler.
okay. Wait, what's the fun death?
No,
You
but I
can
mean, like,
spoil it
I was
for
getting dragged, you know, and stuff. You know, kind of, you know, crawling away until you
ah,
know until the like one of the high before the high note you get killed, hitting the head again, and then hide the big high note. Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Did you have to sing while you're being dragged?
No, because I'm only, you know, it's only Hyde that's singing.
Oh, I see, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, so tell me, I take it you're a fan of Hollow Knight?
Oh, yeah, I'm just wearing that shirt.
Yeah.
Repre yeah, I don't think I finished it. I got, like, really close, and then I got distracted by other stuff, but, yeah, that's a good soundtrack too, 'cause it's just so, like, atmospheric,
Mm.
but, like it kind of has these little melodic hooks in it at the same time,
Yeah.
which is hard to do. But yeah, that was one of those games that when we got it, my girlfriend and I lived together, so we were definitely like splitting time of like, oh, can I play Hollow Knight now or no? I'm gonna play. Okay, so
Buy your own Switch.
after Animal Crossing came out, we did discuss maybe getting a second Switch, but we haven't done it yet.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, there you can, the problem. Well, maybe it's kind of perfect for you guys. The
Mhm.
fact that it's 2 player, and it's the same island. Unless you wanted that same experience, and have to like argue. Oh, put the uh, put the table there. No, put it over there. Kind of real life situation.
Yeah, I think that might be better for most people, or at least I wish there was the option, because I started playing it like right when it came out, and then she started playing it a month later.
Mm.
So I was like, "What, baby, you can't put flowers there. That's not where the flowers go." So
Mike,
I've,
you are right.
yeah, like maybe, yeah, it might be better if we each had our own islands. We can visit and
Yeah.
do stuff.
Yeah, curious. Are you friends with many other game composers?
I'm not really. I mean, I feel like, just on somehow Darren Korb accepted a Facebook friendship from me on Facebook.
Why not?
But I don't know him personally.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, but yeah, it's weird. I feel like I mostly have my like hooks in like the New York theater community,
mm-hmm.
and I sort of like have been sort of all my like game relationships have been purely like online. I've gone to a couple like conferences, like Indiecade East, has been based here in New York, so I've
Yeah,
been
I've heard of it. Yeah.
poke around there. But I mean, yeah, every game I've worked on, I've never like met any of the developers in person.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
and
what
I
what
don't even know what they look like.
what total number of games have you worked on anyway?
Let me see. Did an iOS game called Double Dynamo. A game called Yummy Circus, which never came out, but I'm really proud of the music. Epic Dumpster Bear 2, and Blood Nor Water, which I think it will come out next year probably. Um, so I guess 5. But I've
That's cool.
also
Yeah.
licensed a lot of tracks here and there to
Yeah. Yeah.
dozens of games.
But yeah. So there's a comment here from Ron Donaldson from Log
Mhm.
Games. Mike
Yeah.
Pettry's music added so much to our game. He is great to work with and a very talented musician. We were very impressed with the variety of styles of the music that he came up with to fit the various themes of our game's worlds. He understands video games music well and how it adds to the energy of the game.
What kind words?
Yeah,
Thank you, Ron.
well done. But yeah, have you ever tried to contact maybe the likes of like even there Dave and Grant,
I
put some feelers out, like just even kind of interact somehow.
That's probably not a bad idea. I think like sometimes I worry about like I kind of don't want to approach people unless I have a specific like thing to offer them. But maybe my friendship
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
is
But
it
yeah,
was
like
love the
don't take offense, but they are like the biggest game composers in the
yeah
west of the world.
yeah
You know, get friends with them. I'm doing it. You can too.
yeah yeah. I mean, honestly, when I was watching your interview this morning, I was like, oh, they seem like such like easy to like get along with guys.
Yeah, just casual guys,
Very
like yeah, like me, hopefully, and you.
absolutely, I'm very comfortable.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. So, yeah, so we actually talked about, well, at the start of the show, before we, started recording,
Mhm.
you said you've been to Ireland, so you've been to Dublin and stuff.
Yeah,
So tell us about your
I guess
experience in that.
I think it was that summer of 2001, which is so long ago. But yeah, it was a college trip. Um, I every 2 years I went to Shepherd University in West Virginia in the States, and they have at least at the time, always planned like a trip like to a foreign country, every 2 years. So that year it was Ireland, and so they would go and you'd perform. One of the ensembles would perform. So I think I was in wind ensemble and chamber choir, concert choir, chamber choir, one of the choirs.
Yeah, yeah.
So singing, had an arrangement of Danny Boy, I'm sure.
Danny, oh
uh,
God, how Irish can you get?
Sorry. Yeah. But and what did I do like I don't play a wind instrument, so I think I just kind of play triangle in wind ensemble.
Yeah.
Um and we played a symphony where I broke sticks
Mm.
or something like that. But yeah, so we were a couple days in Dublin, a couple days in I think around maybe Kent, Kilkenny.
Oh, Kilkenny, yeah.
Yeah. Tremor, which I thought was just one of the most beautiful places I'd ever been.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I think that's it. But yeah, it was I think 10 days, 9, 10 days there total. It was
Yeah.
beautiful country.
It's I don't know. I guess for me, it's like I don't want to be here anymore. Like, I guess you can say that about any country you live in.
Yeah, or I think also here like any state, wherever you grow up.
Yeah.
I grew up in a smaller state in West Virginia,
Yeah.
and I think I didn't. Yeah, it wasn't until I moved to New York and I kind of felt like, oh, I think this is more my vibe.
Yeah.
Um, I don't have a truck, so yeah, I feel like city life was more my style,
Yeah.
even if I have a tiny apartment.
So, like, have you ever bumped into like Monica Ross, Chandler?
They're not my friends. No, but I feel like, especially in theater, you do just kind of run into people every now and then. Then it's like I remember seeing a show at the public theater and be like, "Oh, Meryl Streep's over there. That's crazy."
That's kind of
Uh,
cool.
yeah, although I did, yeah, I saw a play once and Ian McKellen was an audience,
Oh, nice.
and that's kind of cool, but it does kind of ruin the play for you in a little bit because every joke, every audience reaction, I feel like I'm then engaging, be like, "What did Ian McKellen think of that?"
Don't ruin it on yourself. Yeah.
Like if I were like a celeb, I would feel an immense pressure watching a live performance to like react,
Mm,
be like, "Oh, haha, that was a joke. Good joke. Great song."
yeah.
Is that
No, but I mean, like, see, the thing is, like, whenever I watch a show, like
Mhm.
someone else doing a show, like, I try not to be, critical. Like, I'll just try and enjoy the show for what it is, you know.
That's
And like, I think it's the best way to approach it.
I agree with you. And yeah, and I think like as an audience member too, like you're there to give support. Like that's what makes live theater so different than like TV or film or
Mm,
games, is that there's direct feedback from the audience in real time. And
mm-hmm.
like in theater, you call it like the final collaborator, because like so many things about your timing are going to change like once there's an audience there, whether it's like you know laughter that you didn't expect, laughter that you expected and didn't happen,
Mm,
or just like the timing of like what the applause feels like after a number. It can really just change everything, and it can like, yeah, I know I keep coming back to humor and laughter, but I feel like that can be a thing where like a lot of times you can feel like this scene is not working. These jokes are not landing at all.
yeah,
But
yeah,
then once there's like laughter in the audience, it's kind of like, ah, this works now. This makes sense.
yeah, yeah.
It's interactive in that way.
I suppose
And
like if you're
oh, sorry.
practicing, no, I suppose like if you're doing the scene again and again, rehearsing it, and like
Mhm.
it's not funny, but it's see, I guess you're saying it again and again, sick of it,
That's true.
and then they're hearing it for the first time, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Like it's kind of like when you watch a movie that you've seen before, but when you watch it with someone else for the first, who's never seen it before,
Yeah,
it can feel new. Like you can feel like, oh, I can laugh at these jokes again.
yeah,
Even though I know them because I'm
yeah.
sort of watching it through my friend's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Same thing, I guess. Maybe this is different, but like, have you ever like done a show and an understudy goes on? and it's like, oh, new show, new timing, new everything.
I suppose like I guess to try to use people. I guess like I haven't really done a show where there was understudy. I think
Mhm.
once. I think the original Annie I was in over 10 years ago. There was a couple of there was an Annie understudy,
Mhm.
and I think they had maybe understudy for other girls as well in the show, or the young kids. But I can't remember exactly. But I
Yeah.
mean, they might have switched people. Girls the odd night.
Oh, sure. I think that happens a lot with younger casts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just give them a break. What they understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I think
know.
it happens in a lot of professional theater too. Like if there's like Broadway shows that have like a child actor, a lot of times it'll be double cast so that each of them are only doing it 4 times a week,
Yeah,
as opposed to 8 times a week.
yeah. So actually, here's something interesting.
Hmm.
So when we done Annie there lately, we had two Annies.
Hmm.
So for the very first show, we done one Annie done the first half of the show, and then the second Annie done the second half of the show.
Interesting.
That was only for the first show, just to give them like the equal balance throughout the week.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah. So then, say the next night, the first Annie done that show, and
Hmm.
then the second Annie done the third show. Etc.
Right. But for one performance, they
Yeah, to split it in
this.
half. Yeah. You know. No, I guess it was just interesting to see the difference. The vibe to it, perhaps.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like every now and then that'll happen. I hear about that happening in, New York too. Like a lot of times if there's like an injury, like sometimes people have to go on, for act 2 if like there's an injury or a vocal issue that's been if someone thought that they could do the second show of the day and
Mm,
their voice would last and they realize like, nope, I'm dead.
yeah. So I guess from your experience, tell me the best advice you can give for someone to take care of the voice from what you've
Oh
learned.
gosh. It's funny, like I'm not an expert in vocal stuff. Um, but I play piano for voice lessons, so I feel like I've picked up a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, but I feel like the biggest mistake I think a lot of people make is trying to produce sound like from their throat, you know, and not breathing properly, so that because your support has to come from like down below
Mm-hmm.
rather than like up here.
Your stomach,
So a
yeah,
lot of
kind of.
yeah, so people will breathe kind of in the wrong places or over breathe because that can be another thing. Like I think it's all about like tension can be a problem. So a lot of times people keep breathing and they'll like instead of getting rid of all their breath first, they'll like put air on top of air and
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
kind of like causes you to strain and it can cause problems.
Big problems.
So,
You basically
yeah,
explode on the stage.
yeah. But I think a lot of times too, this is a problem I run into with like maybe people with less vocal experience is is when you sing a phrase, like trying to like stop your air on every single word of a sentence. And it's so much extra work where like what you need to do is really think about like I'll have people like sing a phrase without the words, just do it on ah and to connect it, do it all like legato.
Mm,
And then have them imagine that like they're doing the same thing with the words, but they're just kind of placing the consonants like where they go. And that can be helpful because it just is so much easier to think of it like every sentence as like one stream of air as opposed to like 10 small streams of air.
yeah.
It's kind of like I guess on like brass instruments you are like tonguing as opposed to like you're just going da 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 and stopping the air with your tongue as opposed to doing
Mm,
that with every note.
yeah.
I think I don't play brass, but I think that's how it works.
Yeah, no, but I can play like a small bit of saxophone, but the whole
Oh,
tonguing
cool.
thing, it's like, oh my god, it's so hard to get used to it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, every instrument's very different. Like I'm also this is different, but I'm teaching myself violin right now
Oh, that's
too.
good. Nice one.
And some of the notes because I play some mandolin, which is tuned like a violin, so where the notes go kind of makes sense, but there are no frets.
Yeah.
and I also am learning how to use a bow, and I'm very bad at it. So, it's, I don't know, it's kinda fun to be like, "Oh, I guess I don't know everything about music. Let's shake it up."
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, let's head on to, I guess, a big topic.
Mhm.
Yesterday we had the PS5 showcase,
Yeah.
and it's kind of cool. It's my first time talking about it, officially in the channel. And what was your take on it
Oh,
watching it
cool.
today?
Yeah, like I told you this morning, I just kinda watched, like, the videos. I just went to the PlayStation Twitter feed.
Yeah,
Um, everything looks really cool, honestly. Like, I think that I'm I find the shape of the machine, the PS5, a little interesting.
yeah,
Um,
unique,
I
I'd put
guess
it.
it's meant to discourage you from putting other game systems on top of it.
Of course.
Which yeah. So, the ergonomics are interesting, but, I whatever, fine, whatever they do. I'll I've kind of always, as an adult, been like, "Okay, I'm a Sony and Nintendo household."
Yeah,
Has
yeah.
been my so, but all the games look great. Like, I was really didn't expect to see a Horizon Zero Dawn, sequel
No,
trailer.
not so
So that was
quick.
yeah. So that was pretty exciting. I just since the pandemic started, I've like replayed the first like 4 or 5 hours of a lot of games, like, so that's when I recently picked up again. Um, I've forgotten most of the titles of these games, but the one that
Yeah.
looked like a sort of Zelda, um, gosh, what was it called? I'm just gonna quickly
Is it
run
Project
over.
Athia?
No, that looks good too, man.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty exciting. Um, that one I kind of wanted to see maybe more of. It looks really good, but I wasn't sure what it quite was.
Yeah.
Um, but what we did see looks pretty awesome. Um, what is oh, there's a game that surprised me. What's it called? Death Cycle or Death um
Oh, have it. Let's see.
Kill
Deathloop.
Kill that the title of it, I was like, oh, it sounds just like a boring shooter, but the trailer I thought looked so good.
Mm.
That just looked like such an interesting take. Um, oh, really excited about this the Spider-Man content.
Yeah. So to
Miles
clarify,
Morales.
what is it? From what I'm reading, that there is only an expansion of the original game.
It's just like DLC, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but you can play. I think they're
Oh,
adding extra stuff, maybe like a better overall experience of Spider-Man. You can play that on the PS5 with that extra new expansion with Miles
oh,
Morales. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, I was hope the trailer looked like it was a full game, but then I
mm.
heard that it wasn't. So, but I mean, hopefully there'll be enough new content that it feels like there's a lot of new stuff there because it I don't know, the vibe of the trailer was really cool
Yeah,
and got me very excited to get back into that world. Um, oh, but this game that really it's Kena Kena Bridge of Spirits.
let's see.
That trailer looked really cool. It kind of looked like PlayStation does Zelda in a way, and I'm here for that.
So I take it you're a Zelda fan.
Yeah, yeah, nothing wrong there. Um, I really liked the remake of Link's Awakening from last year too.
Never played.
Uh,
Actually, sorry, I played it at, what was it? EGX in London, I think it was.
uh-huh.
Yeah, I was like I have it on 3DS, the Game Boy version, but I mean, it didn't do
Well,
anything for me.
it's pretty much the same game. I think the soundtrack really jumped out at me because it was so like
Very
it
Nintendo
sounded like
Land.
yeah, that's true. It was
Yeah,
just
no,
very like
but the music is nice. Yeah,
it was yeah, it was kind of like a woodwind quintet version of the title music, and I
yeah,
was like, "I've never heard this. This is cool."
yeah. I guess I like, what was it? The showcase was on, and like I'm actually at work serving people at the counter in the shop,
Yeah.
and then all you see is before bloody Oddworld Soulstorm comes on.
Mhm.
Here we see Lorne Lanning, one of the developers, and like I'm there going, like I literally goes, whoa, what the fuck? Because like
Uh-huh.
I talk to Lorne on Skype. I text him.
Yeah.
He wouldn't. He didn't tell anyone.
Huh.
And like I'm there going, what the hell? And then it's
Wow.
like, no, he's not even talking. Like I wanted to, talking about what he thought about the console and stuff, but he wouldn't talk about anything at all because he press were onto them straight away, asking
Oh, sure,
question
sure.
upon question, which is understandable. But no, they're not answering anything at all right now. But it's just nuts. But yeah, I
Yeah.
found Sackboy: A Big Adventure looks pretty interesting. It's very like Mario 3D World esque
Oh, I think I missed that one. Like Sackboy from,
from Little Big Planet. Yeah,
oh, cool.
it looks
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
And oh yeah, of course, I guess let's talk about. I don't know if you have any interest. The Last of Us Part 2. The
Oh,
reviews
yeah,
were
sure.
out today. Obviously, I'm not reading any reviews. I've been reading scores, and it's
Yeah.
getting perfect tens from pretty much everywhere. 96 as we speak on Metacritic or something.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, that's exciting.
I'm
I
so
think
happy.
the first review I saw was, like, a kind of meta review from Polygon, and I was like, "Oh, no." But then I saw that the general consensus is like, "Oh, it's a masterpiece."
Yeah.
I actually finished replaying the first game last night.
Oh,
I stayed up
it's
a little late to finish. I was like, "Okay, I'm at the medical center. I can just be done before midnight."
yeah, of course. But I mean, it's okay. Like I'm on the brink of where it's arguably the greatest game ever made.
Mhm.
I go between that there and Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2.
Sure, that's a difficult call.
They're big, two different, completely different games. But Mario Galaxy, I think number one is extra special for me. It's just so magical, that game.
Yeah. I really wanted to, like, dig out my I, like, sold my Wii when I got a Wii U,
You
which
shouldn't
might
have
have been a
done
mistake.
that.
Yeah. So I have to, like, go through the Wii U architecture if I wanna, like, play Mario Galaxy.
Yeah, yeah,
But I'm really hoping those rumors are true about those being released for Switch.
yeah. I hope
Yeah.
so. Just look, all I want is Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 remastered on the Switch. That's all I want. You know.
I just want every Mario and every Zelda to be on every
Yeah.
Nintendo system going forward. I don't see why that's too much to ask for.
Give me Twilight Princess again, HG.
I can't. They just did it. Bring
On
it
Wii
back
U,
over.
but I want it on Switch
Yeah.
as well.
I wanna take it with me.
So, well, yeah, so Twilight Princess is on GameCube, Wii U, and hopefully Switch.
Yeah.
Why
Why
not?
not? Why
Literally.
not? It's just sitting there.
Yeah.
Ocarina too. Like,
I think Ocarina is overrated.
I do too, a little bit.
And Majora's Mask. I'm
It's
being
great,
genuine here.
yeah.
People will hate me
I
for
think
that.
I think as far as, like, the world I'd rather sort of, like, poke around in, I think I'd rather something about Twilight Princess kinda grabs me a little bit more.
Yeah,
It just feels more, like, realized.
I think it was what I loved about it because like I'm not a Zelda fan, but Twilight Princess was the first game that I liked as Zelda. It's
Oh,
I guess it was dark, it was kind of realistic looking. Like even
mhm.
for Breath of the Wild, I was on the edge. I was like, oh, I don't know if I get it. But the more I seen of it, the more I kind of fell in love with it. Like
Yeah.
I think it was the art style as well. I'm not into the
Oh,
whole
sure.
kind of Skyward Sword kind of look.
Okay.
I don't know why they changed the look of it though. Twilight Princess was incredible.
Mhm.
Like, do you remember the old tech demo they had of Twilight Princess on Wii U? Originally before
Uh,
it came out, like remember when they
no,
revealed,
I don't think so. Well, like,
oh
from a trailer?
yeah, some kind of like sample thing. I'll send you a link later on, but I mean, it looks like I'm there going, this looks fucking incredible for the Wii
Yeah.
U.
Yeah.
But then, then they changed the look of it to
Yeah, interesting.
cartoony.
And it's also pretty clear that, like, that tablet from the game was, like, meant to, like, be very integrated with the Wii U tablet until they're just like, "Nope, nope, nope. We gotta make a new one.
Yeah.
New system, abort."
So,
Um,
yeah, thanks for coming on. Much appreciated.
yeah, of course, man. This has been a blast.
Thanks for having you on, and of course, we have to do our little surprise. I want to.
Trying to think how because I like this is like a thing, like I orchestrated it and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if I should just like send the audio to you and you like drop it in.
Can you play it right now? Because I just want to get a genuine reaction if you can.
Sure, I'm trying to see if I can.
So, guys, basically, Mike has made like a jingle for my channel somehow.
Where is it? Okay, hold on. I thought I had it pulled up. Now, can you hear that?
No.
What I just played? Okay, shoot. Trying to figure out how to route the sound. Yeah, this might there's some technical
could you even put it on your phone and then play it,
sound.
You know, put it on loudspeaker or something?
Yeah, or you know what? I might just like have to like let me try one thing.
You're not gonna play it, are you, yourself?
Actually, I think this works. Okay.
It was Nintendo Impact Gaming, but now it's the Impact Game Station.
It's deadly. Maybe I'll use that for the new intro. Please send me that. How long did that take you to make?
I don't know, like 30 minutes.
Wow.
It's like 3 bars.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's really cool. Like music, like some
the technical there, but I was like, oh, how do I get it? Yeah.
That sounds very like a superhero kind of TV show, like a piss take kind of thing, you know.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, I love it.
Do you ever listen? Do you know the DLC podcast?
No.
Okay, it's a podcast I listen to, but they have a lot of bumpers for all their sections that are kind of like pop punk.
Yeah.
Like that. I was emulating a little bit there.
That's nice. Yeah, so Mike,
yeah, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Where can we find you in social media?
I'm Mike Pettry pretty much anywhere. It's Pettry. So I'm most active on Twitter. I'm not super active, but I'm most active on Twitter.
Yeah.
And also search me on SoundCloud. That's where I have a pretty extensive list of all my music. And also there's MikePettry.com.
Of course. Yeah, so guys, please hire this guy.
Please hire this guy. A lot of stuff out here in New York City.
Yeah. So, of course, guys, Epic Dumpster Bear is out now on PS4 in the States as we speak. Coming out soon next week on Steam with the soundtrack, if I'm correct. Along with the soundtrack?
Yes. On Steam, I'm not sure, but the soundtrack is coming out on I just submitted it.
So